Hi there everybody, and welcome to another video. On today's video I have this Mercedes C-Class 2008 actually. It's a W204 model, and I'm having a problem here with the airbag. Where is my faults here? So got two messages there saying front left malfunction, consult workshop, pre-safe inoperative. So I'm just checking to see what fault codes I get, and then I can go from there. To be honest, I already checked it, and actually I have it is showing a buckle, a seatbelt buckle issue. So this is the buckle here, and just want to show you the fault code that is coming up. So I'm gonna let this load and then show you the fault code. Okay, so this is finished now. I have another couple of faults there. I think this one is related to the airbag. Supplemental restraint system control unit is faulty, and well, the main one is this SRS. So it says the belt buckle front passenger has a malfunction. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace it. This is the buckle here I've got from Mercedes. That there. So like I said, I'm actually going to replace it, as I can't clear this code at the moment. It just it doesn't let me clear it. Now some people, you can actually try and clean the terminals where this plugs into. So if I try to clear the fault code, say yes, ignition off. You can clean the terminals, and sometimes that fixes the issue, but in this case I am just going to replace it. So ignition on, press OK. Also, if you are going to replace it and you disconnect the battery, you're gonna need some sort of OBD computer to clear the fault codes that are generated usually by disconnecting the battery. So if we read the fault codes, it's still there. Right, so let's go ahead and disconnect. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to disconnect the battery. Okay, and then we can come back once we finish. We'll do the whole checks here. So ignition off, just remove the key, and we can go and disconnect the battery. So if you open your bonnet and come here, if you open this clip here, you can open it with your hand, and this one here and this one here sometimes it's a little bit harder, so I use a screwdriver. You have to open them actually all the way, because otherwise they interfere. And we can take this out. Then we have our battery terminals here. So we have a negative on this side. So I'll start with the negative here. Which is a little bit tight, and that battery feels a little bit loose actually. Saying that, it looks like it's sitting on top of the the clamp, so I'm gonna have to secure that later. So that's definitely loose and it shouldn't be loose. Anyway, let's disconnect the positive as well. I think, to be honest, you just need to disconnect the one side, but I'll do both, and then we can leave the car for a little while, maybe leave it for an hour or so until the system discharges, because there's always electricity that remains within the system after you disconnect the battery. And so anyway, that would give me an opportunity to check the clamp. The clamp is down there. Anyway, so while I wait, I'm gonna secure my battery, and then we'll move on to replacing the backhoe. Okay, had the battery out for a while. Now, well, I had it disconnected for a while. I left it for quite a long time. I was changing my mirror while I was waiting. So I'm gonna disconnect this here. So this is the airbag connection just there. It's got a few connections here for the seat occupancy sensor and whatnot. So I just got the seat up a little bit and I moved it back. So if we press on the clips on the sides here, we can disconnect this plug. So usually, if you can get some electric cleaning spray, you can spray these holes and clean the pins there as well, in order to, if you're not going to replace the backhoe, you could try cleaning it. So you can clean all of that and this, and sometimes you can put this in and take it out, in and out, in and out, and then you find that solves the problem as well. But in this case, I'm actually going to remove it. So having disconnected that, for the backhoe itself, you need a 17 mil, and I managed to get my 17 mil from here, and managed to get onto the nut that is just there. You can see it. So there's the nut there. Got my 17 mil on that and loosen it. It wasn't really that tight, so we can take that 17 mil out. Then the backhoe will just come out of there. So that is loose now, and of course we need to release the cable. And that cable runs through here. So we may need to cut these cable ties to release it, but we also obviously have to disconnect it from here. So I'm gonna find out how to disconnect it from there, and I'll get back to it. Right, so I just cut the cable tie from there, and also I took this plug out of here. So you need to push these two pins at the back here. If you can see that one and that one, in order to slide this out of here. So I actually got my flathead, tiny little flathead screwdriver here, and put it in through the side, and managed to open the little clips to slide these out. And now we need to take this section out. So if we look at the new one here, you can see it's got two little clips on the sides, one there and one on this side. So while trying to figure that out, I actually broke the little plastic here on the side, because you need to go in through there to push those pins. But that bit there snapped when I was pushing that in. So I'm trying to get this in that hole in there to open that little clip, and then try to put something else in this side to open the clip so that can come out. So that's what I'm fiddling with at the moment. So just be careful. I snapped the little plastic bit there. Not the end of the world, it's not really holding anything, but if you can avoid breaking anything, then do so. So I'm gonna play around with that for a little while. So those two holes there, you need to get something in there and push the clips. So I'm gonna get that in there and something else in here, push the clips inwards, and then try to get that out. Right, I just managed to put it back. I mean, push it back really, but I had to snap the clip that was holding one side in order to get it out. It was a bit tight, to be honest. So there we are. So I snapped this side and pushed the other side in, and that came out. So, well, since I'm fitting a new one, I'm not really bothered with snapping it, but again, well, if you're gonna just clean this, you don't really need to remove it. But anyway, there we are. It was a bit of a fiddle to try and get that out, and now I just wanna remove the cable. There's another cable tie. In that end there. Holding that. So I'm gonna have to put new cable ties. Not the end of the world. And let's see where that runs. Comes up here. So I'm just trying to pull that out of there. Okay, got it out. Now that runs through the side of the seat. I'm not sure if there are some clips on the side holding it. Looks like there is something there. Okay, there's that little clip on the side that is just sort of pushing the cable in a little bit. So it's gonna be a bit fiddly to get that back in there. But there is another one just there. Right, a little bit easier to come from the back of the seat. That's that little metal clip there, and then we can pull this out. So we got one buckle out. We got one new buckle here. And so we can now run that through there. Just like the old one came out. And we're gonna have to get those little metal clips back on. They're not difficult to put on. You just slide it in on the seat metal and then push it in. It's quite easy to slide. It's just a matter of getting your hand in there, which kind of fits. My hand fits in there, so should be okay. Right, now we put the new buckle in there, and note that little bit there fits into a little hole, so just remember that, so the buckle doesn't move too much. And then, oops, okay, I dropped the nut. Cable ties in. The two clips on the back is not really difficult to fit. So now we just need to put this in there. Push it all the way into the clips. So just as it was hard to remove, it's hard to fit in because it has to clip in quite hard. So I'm just going to push it in properly. Okay, it's all the way in, clipped in. Now we can clip this in here. Fit that back in there. I've already sprayed this with electrical cleaning. Contact cleaner. So even though I'm putting a new one, I still sprayed it with all the contacts. And now we can tighten our cable ties. Just make sure the wire is not caught anywhere. And like I said, I put the two clips on the side. It wasn't really difficult. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna finish that off and then go and reconnect my battery. I managed to secure my battery. Okay, just needed my two hands to fit that properly. Now I'm gonna go to the car and get the ignition on, connect the computer, and check the fault codes and see if I can delete them.
cargo.